Today I'll be taking you guys shopping at Amazon, and we're going to be checking out its bestseller list for car audio amplifiers. Have you guys ever heard of Boss Audio? Well, their amplifier is #1 bestseller on Amazon's list. Coming in, $80. The R1100M has a 4.3 star rating over here at Amazon. And this is out of 13,000 reviews. To put this thing into perspective, that's 68% of 5-star reviews. That is almost unheard of from a product with this many reviews. But let's see what the customers have to say about it. Scrolling through the photos show that the customers are very proud of their install. Obviously, Boss Audio is doing something right with this amplifier. So let's dig a little deeper into Boss Audio and see what it's all about. Boss Audio is actually known as Boss Audio Systems. It was founded in Los Angeles in 1987 by Sam Rabani. The company is a leader in the aftermarket audio and video products market, which shouldn't come as a surprise to a company that was founded over 30 years ago. Now let's clear up a misconception about Boss Audio Systems and its sibling company, Planet Audio. There are many of us in car audio that have the assumption that Boss Audio Systems actually own Planet Audio. Planet Audio was actually formed later in 1997 and is currently headquartered in Oxnard, California, but it also has offices in Chicago and Miami. And this misconception may come from the fact that Boss Audio and Planet Audio is owned by a company called Boss International Group, which is a manufacturer of 3 major car audio brands, including Boss Audio, Planet Audio, and Soundstorm Laboratories, mostly known by its acronym SSL. Taking a quick scroll here on their landing page, you can see that the Boss Audio amplifier is a little bit different from most amplifiers you see in car audio these days. For one, the big thing that stands out to me is that it's Class AB. Class AB is not an obsolete technology. It's just something that you don't see in car audio all that often anymore. Kind of makes me feel good about it. The old rule of thumb is that Class AB amplifiers are more suited for sound quality, but generates a lot of heat, whereas Class D amplifiers are suited for efficiency, but doesn't sound as good as AB technology. According to the customers, this amplifier works great, is a great value for the money, has sound quality, and is easy to install. What more would a customer want from an amplifier? The R1100 comes packaged in retail packaging. This is a black, red, and white colorway, and it has plenty of information about this amplifier right on the box. This is pretty typical for anything that is meant to go on the shelf inside of department stores, and Boss Audio Systems surely didn't fall short for this one. Turning the box over, you can see that every angle of this amplifier has been captured along with its bass control. It has its features on there, has some of the TS parameters you would expect, and yeah, I think that Boss did an overall pretty good job on this packaging. Opening the box, you will see that it is come packaged with the white styrofoam. Don't think that it'll get damaged anytime soon unless crushed by another item. Removing the styrofoam, you can see that it is molded to the shape of the amplifier, so no cookie cutter style packaging for this. This seems to be specifically molded for this amplifier. And make sure to get these 2 items here, which is the bass remote and wire from the side compartment of those styrofoams. Some people may miss that. As you can see, it comes with all of its paperwork. The paperwork is inside of plastic Ziploc bags, which is always a good thing to see because it protects it from the elements. And as you guys can see, they also have this in multiple languages, which is good for the end user. Stickers. We all like stickers, and Boss gave you one. And here's the controversial part of this amplifier that everybody talks about. This thing comes with a 30 amp fuse. Now, if you can do a little bit of math, you will see that according to Watt's law, this thing ain't finna put out no 1,000 watts at all. Bass knob. We all like a good bass knob, and they did give you one. It's not the best quality, no clip lights or nothing, but hey, it'll get you there. This is what you control your amplifier's gain with remotely. So there you go. But what I can say is that it did have a pretty decent potentiometer on the inside, and the cabling is very, very long. This thing shouldn't be having an issue with being installed in an SUV or van. And yeah, this actually has the phone style connector. None of that cheapo depot 3.5 millimeter headphones jack that pulls out all the time. This right here should stay in place. Next up is the high level input. Yes, this does have high level inputs. You can use RCA for low level or this right here for high level. And now it's time for the star of the show. This is the R1100M. And check this out, guys. Went old school and gave you the schematics right on the bottom of it. That's what you can get for some of the older companies. They still stick to things that work. Made in China. On the other side of the amplifier, you can see that it has all the input, output that you would need over here. Bass remote, bass boost, the crossover points. This thing actually has a full range mode, so you can do this for speakers or subwoofers. And it has the RCAs there, no Tiffany style, but hey, you got it. And there it is, Riot Series R1100M. This is a MOSFET monoblock power amplifier, class AB topology. Flipping it on the other side, you will see that you have, yeah, those are spade connector speaker outputs. Again, not really expecting a whole lot of power out of this thing, and this is another telltale sign that you will not see 1,000 watts. Anyway, there you go again, up close and personal. That's your 30 amp fuse, and at least they gave you a little bit of caution right here on the power inputs. You got your battery, remote, and ground right here with the warning label, or caution sticker I should say. That's pretty cool for the novice. But enough of that, we've seen it up and close. Now let's put this thing in the car and see what it's all about. Alright, so as you guys can tell, we're back in the Impala, and right now we have the MTXs back in here. That's the Terminator enclosure. 2 12s, and it's connected to the Boss amp. Now, we've already done testing of this enclosure in the past. If you guys want to check that out, just look at the screen tip up in the corner right now. So we're not going to go through all that again. What this is going to be is a sound check. We want to know, what does this Boss amp sound like? Does the AB topology that they put inside of this matters? Does it sound that good? Because we know it's not a very powerful amplifier. We know that. We've already SPL tested it at 50 hertz, and we know it doesn't really get loud or anything like that. So that's not the reason that people are buying this amplifier. So how does it sound with music? Especially in a car like this that has a premium system installed. That tweeter right there, there's a lot behind that tweeter, okay? I got NVX most premium 6x9s for my front stage up here, and they sound good. Not only do they sound good, but they get loud, okay? So can the little Boss amplifier back there improve the quality of this system here? Of course, people that's buying that Boss amp probably don't have a system such as this, but you know, if it can keep up with this system, then definitely it can make your system sound good if you don't have aftermarket car door speakers. So I want to know, what does it sound like? And in order to do that, you got to do music tests. So the way I'm going to conduct these tests, I am going to first play each song that I play without the subwoofer being on, and then I'm going to turn the subwoofer on, see if I can see any differences, and let you just pretty much bring you guys along for the journey. And here we go. First song, Fast Vision by Damma Beats. By the way, you can get all these songs, you can find all these songs. By the way, you can find all these songs, Epidemic Sound. Make sure we got our bass knob turned all the way down, which we do. And we're gonna crank it about 50%. Well, guys, it just went into protect. So my bad. I guess I had it a little bit too loud. So it as soon as the beat dropped, it went into protect mode. And you know, this is not like some big old SPL amplifier, so I gotta baby it a little bit. Let me go adjust some stuff. I'll be back. Well, guys, I just went back there and, you know, tried to get this thing to come back on, but it won't come back on. I don't know what's wrong with it. It won't come out of protect. So what I'm going to be doing for you guys is, for the remainder of the video, I'm just going to be bench testing it at home in a more controlled environment. Sorry about that. Not going to be able to get any SPL scores any further for you guys. I wanted to get you guys a music score down there, and I wasn't able to do it because it keeps going into the protect mode. So I'll be seeing you guys back in the studio. All right, so this is the setup. Once again, for those who skipped to the video, straight to the demo, they just skip straight to the demo and then ask me a million questions about everything beforehand. Anyway, we love y'all. Once again, we have the Boss Audio Systems Riot Series amplifier. This is the R1100M. This is a monoblock amplifier, and this is their 1100 high output version of it. Okay, black. Nowadays they got a purple one. It's the same amp, but you don't see the black ones too many for sale on Amazon anymore. They have the purple ones. They actually have 3 colors of these: black, purple, and gray. Are the 3 colors, the 3 main colors they have of this amplifier. Right now they have the purples on full display. I guess it's for Halloween or something. Anyway, to power this unit, we're going to be using the Atoto F7. The Atoto F7 is a very capable head unit. This is a double DIN head unit. On the rear of it, it has 4 RCA outputs. Okay? Those RCA outputs are going to be ran into the Dayton Audio DSP408. That's my DSP that I'm using to process all the signal. You got 4 input, 8 outputs. These top 4 outputs are going to be for door speakers. We're only going to be using 2 of those for the Atoto 6.5 coaxial speakers. All right, that's going to be my front stage. And they're going to be powered by the Taramps DS440x4. That's for our door speakers. The additional 2 for channel 7 and 8 is going to be ran into the R1100M. Okay, it's going to be processing the bass. For the outputs of this amplifier, we have the SMD AMM1 connected to it. And this is going to be monitoring our real world power. And the subwoofers in question are going to be our Terminator series dual enclosure by MTX Audio. 400 watts RMS. This pair right here is a sealed pair. There is no port here. There's no hole in the enclosure for bass reflex purposes. And that's the setup. We're going to be controlling everything using this remote by Dayton Audio that connects directly to the DSP. Alright, first song is going to be called Rec Center by Xavier Russian, featuring Wichita Slim and Tilden Park. And this is the clean version of their song. Alright, let's get it going.
Need all them covers, tell them I'll start that drummer. Long term smoke like an all day sauna. Fried with the on none. Feeling like my lungs and I'm feeling like y'all too, man. I don't care what y'all do, better have my check with enthusiasm. Finna make a cool get booty. Yeah, I'm on my whole trip, I'm an expedition. Play it once, better get an extra listen. Cool as an unused pillar side. We vilify, but we still a ride. It ain't no Pepto. Made plays with the petro, talking to a do another preacher. Booming in the street like I'm booming in the speaker. Truest in the game, still a student and a teacher. With it like a state trooper. Grown lame, you a late bloomer. Fly as a young ought to be my feature price like a law degree. I make real anthems, turn foes into phantoms, turn words to a good life. Really is what it look like. Got a shook like, hit them with the hook like. Well, ain't no way I made a way. Call my lane, I paved the way. Drew it up nice, I made the play. What a good day to get paid today. Well, ain't no way I made the way.
Hey, I must admit, man, hey, this thing right here ain't setting no SPL records no time soon, but it sounds good. It really sounds good to me. Like the quality of the bass is coming out of it, even though it, like I said, it's very, well, how can I put this? It's a bit underwhelming, to be honest with you, compared to what we're used to on the channel, right? But to be honest with you, the bass, the quality of the bass that's coming out of this sounds good. And remember, guys, if you guys are wondering like, oh man, the speakers ain't even flexing a whole lot. Well, this is a sealed chamber. They're not gonna flex a whole lot. That's the whole point of having a sealed chamber. Now, I'm guessing that if it was a ported enclosure, that this, you know, you would see the speakers doing a whole lot more. But this is tight. This is, I mean, MTX did a really good job. You move one, and the other one moves. That lets you know that's a really good tight seal in there. And what this setup is for is more of a punchy style bass. It's not for the low rumbly stuff. That's not what this is for. Even though on the right setup, you can probably get there, but in an enclosure this small, I doubt if you're ever gonna get something like authoritative or below 30 hertz. That ain't what this is for, okay? It needs that tight, punchy bass track, and that's what I'm gonna look for off camera. All right, I think that the SMD AMM1 has done its job, so we're gonna kind of leave him out of the picture right now. What I want you guys to do is to experience what this box, for one, is made for, which is the dynamic double beat type bass, right? Those speedy bass drum kicks. That's what this thing is made for, like some Michael Jackson Beat It style music or something a little faster. So I found a track that's a bit dynamic in its bass, and I think it'll allow this enclosure to shine so that we can see exactly what this amplifier can do, how it puts out. And we know on the previous track, we got up to about 100 watts, because I'm not gonna destroy my office with turning this thing up to the maximum that it can go. But I think a good 100 watts, dual 12s is good enough for my close environment and for you guys to get a good experience with it to make your own judgment. So let's play this track right here. This is called Combat Is Real by Damma Beats. Well, we was on by like 42, right? So we're gonna get back up to there. Each track is different though. I may be messing up. All right. I think you guys get where I'm going with that. That fast, speedy bass, it had no problem at all keeping up with. But like I said, this is not a terribly like powerful amplifier. I don't think that's what this thing was ever meant to be, right? But like I said, it's the sound quality to me that's coming out of here is surprising. I actually didn't expect anything from this thing. I tried to put it in my car. It didn't work right. The little time that it did work, I couldn't get a good feel for it. So I'm just expecting to get this thing to my office and be like, okay, whatever. It's gonna be one of those reviews, right? But no, it kind of surprised me. Now I kind of understand, I get it, why people have actually been buying this thing, because it sounds good. It sounds good. I don't know what else to say about it other than that. You know, is it a smart 3? Power wise, no, it doesn't. It's not a smart 3. It's not gonna give 3,000 watts. I don't even think it'll give 1,000 watts. It sure ain't gonna get no. I don't think it's gonna get 1,100 watts out of this thing. But man, what you're getting is good. So there you have it. Good cheap bass for not a lot of price. This thing has been packaged along with this Terminator Dual Combo for a long time. Especially around this time last year, they were selling these things like hotcakes. So what do you guys think? Did it sound good to you? Are you getting the same impression that I'm getting from this little guy? Low powered, but sounds good. That's kind of what I'm getting from it. But hey, leave a comment in the sections below. Let us know what you guys think, and I'll see you there. Thanks for visiting the channel to help you simplify car audio. It's the Budget Bass Head, and I'm out.